Hello, welcome today to Once Upon Misadventure. I hope everybody's having a great day today. It's time for another great and exciting D&D one-shot. Of course, we only have Craw and WolfBurn, but hey, you know what? It's going to be exciting adventure for us all together. So, why don't we just dive back into the game? Last time had an adventure where they traveled to another goblin tribe that their goblin tribe that they befriended said, hey, here's some cousins of ours, go check them out. They arrived at an island, met a talking turtle, made fed talking turtle, the turtle, and managed to find a pirate's treasure. Of course, the pirate was and his crew was undead, but you know, took care of them, got everything settled, made once again friends with the goblins, of course. And you continued on your way, and we did find out the name of Goblin Padawan, Zirix, spelled Ziorx. We have random goblin name fantasy generators to that name there, and hey, I'm sticking with it.
Fantasy name generator works. I use it all the time.
I know, but sometimes they come up with one that's like, that's kind of weird. Z's and X's? Sure, we'll go for it. It's fantasy. See? Anyway. Alright. So, upon claiming your treasure, you now have a hold laden with treasure for you to divide up once you arrive, well, at some safe port hall. And you're continuing to head to the next city along the actual route we're going to originally. On track? Maybe?
Yeah. Sorry, I just noticed that all my powers are gone because they changed the format of the sheets.
Oh, really?
Yep. So I need to add... Well, because they turn them into... they turn the powers into like the plus to add a chunk thing, you know what I'm talking, you know? Where you kind of like the weapons and stuff, so...
Wow.
I need to go through and look at those again. Oh well.
Updates that we didn't know about Roll20.
Well, I knew they had the update. I just didn't realize they did that with them.
Oh god.
So it's been a few days since you, of course, have left the location. The island, the Lost Hope Island, Bonethorn was of goblins, and things have been really quiet. It's just been open sailing, and it's getting to be evening once again. Crawl, you all busy teaching your Padawan. WolfBurn, I'm guessing you're probably just doing normal things on the ship as you would. Maybe conducting business. Discuss business arrangements you've made. As the sun begins to set and things begin to darken, you also notice that it appears a fog begins to roll in front of you. Captain seems a little concerned. He, get some more lanterns out here. Everybody be on guard. Slow down speed. We'll go through it.
It might be dangerous.
Probably not. Probably just a change in weather. We careful in sudden storms or something of the such.
I'm gonna ritual detect magic just in case.
Okay. There does to be a overrhyming magic to the fog itself, but it's not like maybe less that someone cast it, and maybe that there's some magical in the weather.
That's fair.
Like almost maybe supernatural element to the element going on, which is which is not unheard of. Very
yes.
Unusual.
Yes, and I will go up to the say, be wary. I detect some magic in this fog. It may not be anything. It's fair, but it may be a bit more unpredictable than you're used to.
So perhaps a rogue god's trick, or a sea monster's folly follows this.
Perhaps.
Well,
Knowing our luck, it's going to kill us.
I'd say perhaps you should go down deck and just rest. In case of trouble, I'll have someone come and wake you. as you kind of are both of you going down to then?
Yeah.
Is the captain going to be on the deck the entire time?
He's going to stay up on the deck.
Alright, I'm going to go to his quarters and just kind of sit in the chair.
Okay. Alright. So WolfBurn will go to sleep. Crawl will be just resting. Crawl, can you roll me a, let me see what I want you to roll. A wisdom save.
Wisdom save.
Yes. Okay. Alright, you'll kind of feel like a little like fuzzy-headed as you're kind of sitting like your mind isn't really working quite right. And then like you'll notice that like looking out the window, the fog will be getting thicker and thicker until like you can nothing, and and everything seems quiet. And give me a perception.
This is all starting out so well for us.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Okay. You're listening in as your mind almost kind of like wanders, as you feel like you doze off. You're like holding off, like you should keep awake, and resisting like that kind of like you're kind of like closing, like, oh whoa, jeez. And let's see here. I'm just gonna cool. So you'll hear kind of creaking noise coming from outside of the door, the captain's door.
God, I'm tired of this bullshit. Pretty much gonna stand and try to quietly get behind, where the door is.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Just hide.
Okay. Alright, the door of creak open slowly. And hear this kind of like voice speaking in a low. Captain home there. Yeah. Better just be sure.
Does like I recognize the
No,
voice
you
at all?
don't recognize the voice at all.
Did he just head in, or
It just looks like the door kind of opened into the room, so you're like literally behind the door right now, as the door just kind of like swings open, like so that it's like going straight into the room.
All right, I'm gonna.
Let the fog take them all.
I'm gonna. Oh fuck! How do I want to handle this? I guess I'm just gonna reach around and clock him, like pop out and punch him real quick.
Sure, make an attack roll.
14.
Alright, let me take it. So you'll kind of go in and just clock the guy in the face. Hit me, roll me some damage.
5.
Okay. It's the funniest thing, as like you crack into the jaw, and it feels as almost the jaw kind of bends and moves with you. As then you see her in front of you, this figure of like chunks small flesh and bones, dressed in garb of a shipwright, with the jaw kind of to the side, as he kind of cracks it and goes, "Nice hit, kid."
I hate this. Oh. So does God.
Perhaps someone's got some fight here after all. I
kind of take a step back, ready to fight, I guess, if he comes at me or anything. I'm not sure what.
All right then. Guess you won't come along willingly. So let's try out this. As he takes something out of like a belt pouch, and just sits it down in the center of the center, as fog just bursts forth from it and fills me another wisdom.
Not as good.
Yes. Okay. You'll kind of get hit by it, and this time it feels if it's much more overwhelming to your senses. Like you begin to like just falter a little bit, and it's like, the fog's taking you. Now come, boy. As you're kind of like falling down to your knee, like your mind is becoming muddled and stuff, and it's like, don't worry, I got a place for you downstairs in the boat. He'll slip into sweet unconsciousness.
Such a high save. So level party.
Don't worry, you'll have your opportunities to get some vengeance.
God, I hope so.
Alright. Darkness will overcome you, and then all of a sudden, water will splash on both of you. Just waking you with a jolt. Awake, you slugs!
What was that for?
It's time to get to work. You still got meat on your bones, though you for long.
I look at the person who's talking.
There's this skeletal figure with like chunks of flesh like hanging out from the areas where, skin would normally be. He's got kind of like an old bucket. You can like weird maybe like fish and stuff was in amongst the bucket as you're next to Craw. You see each of you a set of like kind of like things around your arm stuff. You see none of the rest of the crew.
Are we on the boat still?
You seem to be on a completely different.
Dag nabbit.
Captain's watching you two. Saw some potential in the one of you, and the other. Little bit of magic in your soul's just what we wanted.
Even though he was talking the entire time, I'm just gonna turn to WolfBurn and be like, I'm going to kill Barter for all the shit this boat has put us through. He's the one who wanted gold.
I shrug.
The man will then sort of like pull on the chains attached to your manacles for a second, kind of like lurching you forward out of what appears to be like a combination small room/cell and out into what appears to be a main floor where you see a large number of similarly skeletal figures like just doing work. Some of them are like
he's pulling me?
Both of you. He kind of just gives a pull, like yanks you slightly forward. Just puts you off of like balance just a little bit. Not enough to like have you fall forward, but
I know. I'm just like I'm a Goliath. I can like lift, pull, or whatever. Like
yes, you are very strong. It's surprising. Like if you really wanted to, you could try to like stand your ground against this. But
I almost want to at first just to kind of show that I'm not like powerless, and then I will go along with what he wants.
Okay. Go ahead and make me a strength save then. We'll say we'll use it that way.
Okay. Oh god!
All right, you get yanked forward. Again, he was not.
There goes my plan.
He was not trying to like have you guys fall forward, so you're gonna be okay. You're still not gonna fall on your face, groggy. But yeah, you're still groggy. He's then gonna walk off, and you'll see him kind of get out a whip and just whip some of the other people around and yell at them some orders as he seems to move up a set of stairs in the middle of the building of the ship floor. This kind of like man with half a face gone. So he's got like half his face is like rotted away. The other half seems actually fairly well preserved. He's gonna come up to you. Sorry about that, gents. Look. If you just keep working with us, it'll be fine. You'll be part of the crew in no time.
What does this man look like?
He looks like maybe he was probably a half elf in life. Definitely got like sailor's garb. Looks like a lot of his flesh is again like melting away. He seems in less decay than some of the others, but again like half of his like actual face is still relatively well preserved.
Craw is just gonna kind of say under his breath, At least someone put their face on for us.
Look, he's gonna like pick up like a bucket and like give it to I guess WolfBurn as the bigger person. It's like, just come and help me out and we'll be fine. You're still living, so they'll give you some rations for a while at least. At least until you turn to one of us.
Very well, I say. And I look back at the one with the whip, and I just kind of turn back to the other one and follow.
Name's Tobin. Pleased to meet you. As he starts like scrubbing the floor down, you know.
Mm-hmm. I'm not against some menial labor. I'll help. And I will start to ask though. Do you know what causes the you all to turn to undead?
Some kind of curse, I think. You're here long enough, and you join the crew officially.
Does this boat ever leave the fog?
Not really. Captain has a sail. Pick up a few sailors from the ships here and there. Steals the souls of the rest of them.
How long does that take?
Well, I'm afraid your friends, they're alive and they ain't, if you had some people on board the ship you liked. The souls are already taken. Are they dead? Not quite yet. Captain collects the souls. Eventually the bodies will die without them, but, I mean, it's like you don't eat, you don't breathe, you don't eat, you don't drink. Eventually you die.
What happens if I go swimming? Or if I just fly away and no one ties up my wings?
Well, he's gonna like lift up his arm and like reveal a strange mark. Look at your arms. You got it too. It's the curse mark. Unless you can get this off here, I'm afraid the captain can always find you wherever you go, and the fog follows him. And he don't take too kindly to people rushing out on him. I've unfortunately seen it before. I came with 3 others. I'm the only one that's lasted this long.
And of course I don't have the remove curse spell yet.
Of course not.
Don't you worry, you'll get used to it. A couple of years, and you'll be fine. Everyone loves the lost hope. He chuckles to himself.
Have you ever docked or made port?
Keep this to me, but I think there was a tale of one time that some people made dock. The ship made dock. But it was to, the captain. He wanted some revenge. Someone that wronged him in life. Tracked him down finally. Found him in a port. Wasn't enough to hide him. Captain wants a mighty lot of revenge.
Right now, Kra is just actively thinking of everywhere in the world that he knows of that would never have fog, so he'd always know if they were coming.
Can I start running and keep running?
How far can I fly today?
Captain's in particular interested in your ship, though. You must have had something great on board.
Yes, but the question, why would he, what does he do with these souls? And is it possible to, I don't know, get them back?
Don't know. Says he keeps them in, what's the best way to describe it? Little spheres. He's got a collection of them. The old one over there, who's
I'll be honest.
He's gonna point.
I'll be honest. I was worried for a second that you were gonna say phylactery.
Yeah, no, I wasn't gonna go that far. Could have. No. The old one over there says he's the oldest on the crew. I think he came from the time of when the captain became, ruler of the ship. He's all bones now, but he said that he's seen the collection before. But I want to go asking about it. Keeps you safe. Captain doesn't take kindly to most folks, though he's gonna look to Craw. Taking a shine to you.
All I did was punch him.
Hey, he takes bravery for all its salt. He might even make you one of his deckhands.
Yay me.
But that's quite an honor. You get to go and raid all the ships, kill anybody that's left alive, you know, be in charge of stealing all the souls, getting all the loot, that sort of thing.
Oh yay, loot that we don't go into port to spend.
Well, I mean, Captain wants what he wants. He doesn't seem to take a lot of treasure, though.
What would he do with this treasure that he took?
Don't know. He always seems to be wanting something more. Though, he seems very happy as of getting to your ship. Like maybe he found something he was looking for.
I'm curious, do I still have my spell book on me?
You currently do not.
Okay.
None of you have particularly any special equipment you had on you.
That's fine with Craw.
It's really fine with Craw, and I know.
He still has his...
He can still punch the crap out of people.
You know what's funny is this actually probably means I can't cast spells.
Well, I mean, you have the ones you memorized from before.
No, because material components or arcane focus.
Oh, yeah, you don't have them right now.
So I can only cast cantrips.
Mm.
Okay, I'll keep that in mind.
He's gonna look towards you and be like, "Well, look, and if you're looking for your spell casting majiggers, I'm sure he's going to promote you too. And when he does, he'll probably give it back to you. You know, when he can trust you. Just give it
How
like
long will that take?
maybe a year when your skin starts falling off.
Wouldn't we have no other choice?
I mean, I'm sure the quartermaster has it right now, but I wouldn't try playing with the quartermaster too much. Don't push him.
What is the captain at the moment?
Probably in his room. I mean, he's usually in the quarters when not commanding the ship. Oh, it's upstairs, but I want to go up there. We're all down below workers right now.
If I go up there, am I going to be attacked?
Probably beaten into an inch of your life and thrown back down here. Well, I'm sure they'll wait for a little while before they'll beat you to death. They're going to wait till the curse is nice and embedded in you and you come back as one of us. Then they'll beat you to death.
See. So the mark is what causes the curse.
Special brand the captain makes.
Do you know what sort of undead the captain is?
No. I'm not big knowledgeable on what dead people is. I know I'm all like skin melty, and I can see my bones, and I haven't had to eat for a couple of years now.
Can I make a roll to like see if I read about this back when I was an acolyte?
Sure. History.
Oh, history, not religion.
History. You could roll me a religion for the curse, but you can roll me a history about this particular what information you've given.
Can I roll Arcana on the mark itself?
Sure.
To figure out what it meant.
I clicked it twice. It didn't show up for me.
Why don't we take the second one for religion, so you roll a 20 for religion?
That works for me, because they're the same thing.
Yeah. Okay.
What's with the 7s today?
It's a lot of 7s. But for your religion, you do realize that they are some kind of... I guess the best way to say it is maybe something similar to a... Okay. Out of game, I'm not sure if 5th edition totally has this yet. There was the Drowned Undead from 3rd edition I'm trying to think of. I have to have their stats. Stat-wise, I have them... They're statted out similar to a ghoul, but aquatic, we'll say right now. A ghoul or a ghast, depending on their type. So, if you're looking for general stat terms now, that's what I've been using, and that's what I'll stick with. So those are the people down here. You're assuming like the guy that you met before was probably closer to what would have been considered like aquatic ghast, no stench, kind of thing. These guys are more ghoul-like, I would say, except they definitely are a version of a drowned undead.
I just feel like he's trying to become a lich with all the souls.
Yeah, I know, right? I'm guessing I don't learn much with my Arcana.
No. You're really unsure what they are. Oh, it was a Draugr, is what I'm thinking of. Which I'm unsure if they have that in 5th.
Oh, like a Draugr.
Yeah.
I don't think they do.
I just kind of relayed the quick information to Wyrm.
That's fine. That's fine. Yep. So, yep. Well, best get back to work. He's gonna just keep scrubbing up.
Well, I know it takes a while. So depending on Craw, I'm content taking a couple days to kind of get familiar with things, if necessary. Although, I know there is the time limit of dead people on the ship, so I probably couldn't do more than, 3 days?
You could probably push it at very top end to, 6 days a week, maybe?
Before people start to die of dehydration.
Yeah.
Just kind of, at you mentioning that you're thinking about taking a couple days, I was like, oh, well, I was about to do something very stupid, so I'll defer to you.
What were you planning on doing?
Flying up to the captain's quarters.
If you could retrieve my spellbook in some way...
I have no guarantee of that.
Well, I feel like we could get out of here fairly easily, but...
I kind of lean in and say, you realize if a fight were to break out, that it would be you and me against every crew member here, because they will not want to die.
Well, I'd say looking over that it's already too late.
You okay, Tantus?
Yeah, the guy's scrubbing. Tobin's scrubbing really close by to you. He looks up occasionally at you guys and it's like, yeah, scrubbing things down.
I'm probably scrubbing too while talking to Craw,
He seems quite genial for his how he is and the nature of what's going on here,
Craw has been standing straight this entire time. He's not scrubbing anything, and he's just ready, if a whip cracks, to dodge it.
I'd start working on if I were you. If he comes down and notices you're not doing anything, he might not be too happy. The first mate and all.
I think I'll stand, thank you.
Maybe I'll do your share for today. Let you get hold of things.
You're awfully kind, but at the same time, I don't quite enjoy your presence. You're too happy with things. You're dead.
Well, I could be worse. I at least have my faculties, and I mean, there's some nice folks here, even if we're all, like, stuck down here all the time until we deteriorate to nothing but bones and collapse to nothing.
As he's saying that, like, a little, like, interest suddenly sparks in Claw, and he just kind of bends down and, like, starts scratching at his cheek.
Hey! What you doing?
The good side, by
yes,
the way.
Yeah. What you doing?
Seeing how far you've deteriorated.
It's fine. I'll be fine soon. I still have flesh to my bones. I still got like a decade or two. I mean, some last longer. The old one over there's lasted like a century, maybe two. Don't know exactly how many.
You eventually deteriorate past the point of...
Well, I mean, it's kind of easy to say the captain works us to the bone. Quite literally. And then when you're nothing but bones, well, you aren't much of a sailor anymore. I haven't seen it myself, but I hear tell. Then when you got no flesh, your bones, they stop moving. But you're still in your bones. And he tosses you overboard. So you're at the bottom of the ocean forever. That's if you're just, well, if he doesn't like you. If he likes you, he'll crush your skull, save your soul. It said that, you know, perhaps in death will be rewarded or something. I don't know. A life of a curse means afterlife without curse. At least that's what I've heard.
So that man has survived more than a century, and the first mate and the captain are for sure older than that, correct?
They seem a little different than us average Joes. At least some of his main crew do seem to be something else than the rest of us.
Yes, they have access to the souls, whereas you do not.
Maybe that keeps them going. I mean, it'd be nice to keep on going.
That's right. No one wants to die. Yes?
I mean, I'm already dead, but dying again would be kind of terrible. Not until I've gotten my penance and the afterlife's really nice. Then I can join with all my crewmates. I do miss them. But I got great friends here. As he like grabs one of the guys next to him and kind of pulls him over, the kind of goes, guy goes, ah, you know, kind of like grunts a little bit.
Because he's like just too deteriorated to actually have words.
Maybe not. It's just he just wants to work and not like talk, more or less.
Yes, wonderful friends. I turn to WolfBurn. We're fucked, as it currently stands.
As it currently stands, but but we still have options. We'll need to act in some semblance of swiftness, but it is possible for us to get out of this, I believe.
Crow's wings slowly start unfolding.
Be smart about this. Don't act rashly. I think we might be able to come up with a plan.
Fine, but I don't feel like scrubbing. I'll dry the deck. And I just walk around flapping my wings.
Okay. Eventually the first mate will come down again. He'll kind of look over, like, kind of give occasional whip on other people. Look to you two. Look to what you're doing with this, you know, with his kind of, like, just, you know, mostly cherry to face. You can tell he's kind of got, like, an eyebrow raised. As he kind of looks at you, he's like... As he'll kind of like turn, as he'll kind of be like, kind of give this sneer, and kind of like move in a little closer. But he's not cracking the whip, and he's like, "Be glad you're the captain's favorite for now. But when he forgets about you, you'll be under my lash plenty of times. Though maybe, you'll be a useful one, unlike the rest of these laggards. Along with your little stone friend there. Haven't had one of his yet on board the ship. Had one of your kind once before. Made an excellent assassin. Killed off captains of ships. Made sure they couldn't fight back. Those that stayed awake in the fog. Maybe you could do the same for us."
By the way, right now there's an extremely strong inner struggle with Craw, because A, he doesn't really want to die, but at the same time, living forever, being able to study all of the diseases that come known to man through all this time, like, decisions.
There are better ways.
I just kind of turn towards him and start flapping air in his face. "Your breath really stinks, you know."
As he'll like laugh for a second, and then he'll like whip someone else nearby like a couple of times, as seemingly like, you know, because he doesn't want to like necessarily mess with you right now. He's taking out everyone else around you, and all the other workers are giving you very dirty looks right now.
I shake my head.
And I just kind of look to see if, like, they're bleeding or anything from the lashes.
I mean, technically no, they're undead, but they seem to definitely have taken damage.
And they can feel it.
Yes. It hurts, it's unpleasant, they're not very happy, that sort of thing.
How strong on the whip does his grip look?
Pretty strong. I mean, it looks like he's well trained with the whip.
Alright, damn.
You could say he's proficient with it.
Yes, you could say he's proficient. And maybe perhaps, you know. He'll eventually leave, though. Leaving everybody to their work again.
I was more of wondering if his long time on the job without anyone questioning him had made him a little more lackadaisical on his security.
It seems like...
I'm curious, did he seem to have a... Oh, sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'll let you answer first. I was going to ask...
It seems like personally no. At least not for him. Anyway, go ahead.
Okay. Sorry, slight internet delay.
Yes, that's fine.
That's funny. Anyway, so did he appear to unlock a door or have a key on him or something like that when he entered?
It seems like he had a pouch which Crawl will recognize as similar to the one that you saw before, with the sphere which caused the fog to arise in a certain in an inside area. It also looked like he did have another pouch where you're not sure what's in it. You didn't see directly any keys on him personally.
Okay, but I will at some point just try the handle of the door that he came through.
Okay. There is actually no handle. It is just a staircase leading up to deck.
Oh.
So it is
okay, so open... basically they keep people in line by threat of punishment. Okay.
Yeah. And those that would come out to deck would be probably punished worse, you know.
Mm-hmm.
For basically, you know, when you could recognize that, like, you can look around at some, occasionally you might see, like, an undead without, like, an arm or something. You're pretty sure that's because maybe they got punished and, you know, they can make it that's harder to exist with.
Mm-hmm. Hmm.
They can break off arms and fingers and hands and stuff a lot easier than with people. Punishments are very eternal.
Okay.
So, are you guys just going to, I guess, keep around for a couple of days and get a hold of things, or are you going to come up with a plan today exactly?
Uh, it
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
it will depend on Craw. Um, since I will talk to him and ask. So it seems like they keep things fairly open, and really the only problem is getting caught. Obviously, the captain's quarters or maybe where they keep the souls will be locked, but do you think it's possible for you to get a look around?
I'm not quite sure. As you know, I'm no rogue or anything like that.
Yes, but you are at least dexterous.
Yes. I kind of look around and see, like, how many guards there are.
You've been able to judge there's maybe one person who seems to be watching over everybody all the time, and they don't seem to be like a whip cracker. They more seem to be like someone that's doing some kind of maintenance to the boat itself, but occasionally like looking out and making sure everybody else is doing their various menial labor, from scrubbing to doing other things around this area here. I mean, this looks to be like there is a way down to probably a hold, where there might be things like the bilges and stuff like that probably people are working. Probably people in the loose term here are working more than likely. You know, because everybody here is like wet and soaking, and the water just seems to always kind of be dripping everywhere. You know, it's as if this boat had been submerged underwater and came up, and it has that constant feel to it. And it's like they're scrubbing to get things like barnacles and like growths off that seem to never quite go away.
Hmm.
As if the ship is cursed too, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, he's up on a raised platform, right? Like, upstairs looking over us.
Well, I mean, that would be where the first mate would be upstairs, just on the top floor, on the deck. On, like, the, which he can kind of look down, like, if we don't know where he is actually at that point in time, the other guy that's down here with you is just walking in amongst you in this, like, main room. Where there is a couple more of those kind of, like, cell areas. There seems to be, like, maybe a dozen of them. You're assuming they're the closest things to rooms this place has, that if there ever is a break, you know, you get to, like, hang out there.
And there probably aren't any windows or anything.
Nope, not in there. Not on this floor, you know, there's no holes or windows or anything. Not on this floor of the ship.
So, in other words, I'm going to have to go up on deck.
Now, there is a door to another area, but it does seem to be barred from this side.
Oh, that's easy.
And the guy that's been the sort of watcher is working over there, is the other thing too. So he very well might notice if you're doing anything.
Is there light coming up from up deck?
A little bit, but you're not sure if that's like light because it's light out, but you know, or for some other reason. Also, you can occasionally see like wisps of like fog and stuff coming up from up deck, so you're pretty sure you're deep within the fog itself too. Like you can get some angles, and it looks just like a foggy mess outside. And you can occasionally, like when you try to get angles, see that there are folks walking around on deck, probably, you know, messing around with the sails and things like that. So there's probably other jobs going on. After a little while, the first mate will come down and kind of point at three. You three, you got barnacle duty again. Hope you enjoy. Maybe you'll still have some flesh out in you after you're done.
Before one of them heads up, I will kind of nudge him and ask, what's barnacle duty?
Oh, it's not a good job. They take a couple of ropes to you. They hook the ropes around the ship. And then they use you as a barnacle scraper. You get a couple of tools.
Why is this such a bad job?
Well, rope around the ship, you in the middle of 2 ropes with tools scraped under the ship.
Oh, you are the...
Have you ever heard of the, punishment keel hauling? This is what it was. Except, in this case, we can live through it.
Under the ship, okay. Now I understand.
We'll probably hear a little bit of a scraping noise, which is probably the one of them being scraped against the ship.
Okay. Yeah,
I'm glad I don't get that job.
Very well. So, do us two, because we're, does anyone get breaks, or do just us two get breaks? I'm curious how this works.
Oh, yes. You will be allowed to sleep because you are living, and it is assumed you still need to sleep for a while. You are not the only living folks on here, but the other 2 are on a different shift than you. 12-hour shifts, 12 hours off to eat your slop, rest, and, well, you all given some time to yourself. We're just given 12 hours to ourselves in which we can stay in our little holes. They'll be locking us in here, too.
They lock us in during our times off?
I mean, technically no, but they don't really take kindly to us wandering around the ship, you know what I mean?
Makes sense.
Because we're in the forward hold. The aft hold is where the rest of them are. The second shift of workers. Because we'll see some other folks coming down here from the deck work, too.
And what's behind there? I gesture over to the barred door.
Oh, that was originally a mess hall and a kitchen, but that's where the quartermaster hangs out now most of the time. And a couple of the officers occasionally go down there to, I don't know, reminisce about eating stuff. I think one of them still can eat stuff. Creepy fella.
Very well.
Tails says he eats all the flesh that drips off of us. That's why it doesn't, build up.
Or it could be all the scrubbing. Just saying.
These gosh darn barnacles just don't go away. They always seem to come back.
Well, we never do make port, apparently, so...
I'm going to specifically mark a couple barnacles and then, see if they're, still there the next day or if they're new ones.
Okay. I guess you guys going to then finish out the rest of the day and just wait till tomorrow?
Yeah, I'll finish out the rest of the day. I'm going to pay attention to kind of, when shifts might change.
Get a lay of the land a little bit, too? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to stick as close as I can to that quartermaster door.
Okay.
And just kind of try to see, anyone who comes and goes or anything like that.
Give me a perception.
I will actually, when I notice him doing this, I will say, wish I could unlock the door. Is it just barred on the other side?
It's just barred on
our
your
side.
side.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh, what? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. It seems unusual for what they talked about, but you're not sure where it leads into exactly. So.
Okay, then never mind. I was thinking,
yeah.
If I need to mage hand it from the opposite side, but apparently not.
Crawl, you can hear some noise from the other side of the door occasionally, and you will notice that, especially when it came to your shift change, there did seem an opportunity that maybe you could sneak in there. People were distracted enough. If you wanted to get in that door.
And I do say, I will close it behind you. To alleviate suspicion.
The only other thing I could... Yeah.
Near it, so I could unlock it for you when you come back. If you choose to go in there.
The only other detail that's important is the next time you go on shift, it looks as if you wanted to try to perhaps sneak up on deck, maybe when the rest of people are going on shift. Now, you probably you don't have the opportunity to at this moment when you're going back on shift again. after your rest period, you know, which there will be a couple of folks, like, there will be a bunch of folks from down up top coming down that are probably been working on the riggings and stuff. You'll see those guys that look like they've got, like, less flesh to them now, that have been, like, sort of scraped on the bottom of the ship. Some of them have, like, barnacles and, like, chunks of stuff embedded in them that they're, like, pulling out and throwing down to the ground, too, you know, as they clean themselves up. And you do get to share your nice small room with Tobin and 2 others. They just sort of stand around.
Okay.
The other 2 just sort of like sit there, playing like a dice game. Tobin keeps talking to them, or talking to you, and having general conversation. And the 2 of you are left to rest as much as you like.
How long is our break?
You technically have 2 12-hour shifts. So you have a shift on and a shift off, but you assumed you, like, for sleep you'd have 8 hours. You're given some food right before you go to bed, food at the end of it kind of thing, you know? It seems like they're keeping to a shift that would be in an original kind of ship crew.
Yeah.
I'm gonna, like, ask WolfBurn, also nicely, may I practice something on you?
Sure.
And so my whole idea here is to test multiple ways that I can basically get the chains that are connecting my wrists around your neck and twist so that you can't easily get them off. Like, if I'm behind, just wrap around, kick off my feet, and flap my wings so I do a quick spin and land. Or if I'm in front, flip over you. Anything that I have to do.
Okay. I'm fine with this.
Yes, you'll be practice on for a while. I mean, like, the others will be like, the 2 people playing dice will completely ignore you. Tobin's gonna be like, kind of like, that's kind of weird.
When he, like, starts to actually pay attention, I'm like, if I don't figure something out, he said I might be an assassin. Might as well practice.
That makes sense.
And that's not a lie either.
No, it's completely believable. They're just like, there will be no need for deception for that one. That's completely believable. It's sort of like, yeah, it makes sense. Keep up the good work. Maybe you get promoted early. I haven't heard about a living person getting promoted early. But maybe you can earn your trust quickly.
Yeah, earn trust quickly. That's what I'm planning on.
Or we could just continue the adventures on this boat with a whole new crew. No.
I was half thinking that, but
that's the backup plan.
I don't think Barter would appreciate being undead fighting.
Turns out they're like everybody was undead all along or something. I don't know.
You're not M. Night Shyamalan. Calm down.
Okay. You will pick up a bit of other information by overhearing things.
People on the other shift or something.
Yes.
Just in case.
Well, as I said, there's a couple other people on the other shift. Just in case I need some other people on the other shift, you know? You will learn that this ship is indeed called the Lost Hope, which has a similar name to the last pirate ship that you encountered.
That's true, it does.
Also, it's named similarly after the island you were just on.
Of course, yeah. I remember. Yeah,
And
okay.
Are we in Bermuda's Triangle or something?
No, and the captain is named Captain Andreas Thorne.
The one who, if I'm not mistaken, took over the captain's ship?
No, if you remember the name of the other pirate who you stole the treasure to. His name was Thorne.
So, like a brother.
Maybe.
Or a long-lost relative.
And he was totally interested in your ship for some
Of course,
particular reason.
Like, the moment you just brought that up, I'm like, okay, so something with maybe some of the magical artifact or the treasure itself.
But no, the person. Huh.
Well, there's also... Well, yeah, the person, but... We didn't like have his corpse though.
Thorin? No, he was a ghost.
Yeah.
You theoretically defeated him, though.
Yeah.
Make a religion check.
Both of us?
Sure. He'll probably mention to you ghost.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, well, I'll give you with a 10. It's not easy to defeat a ghost.
Of course. Oh. Down to an object. Wait, but I thought he was a vampire.
Did I make him a vampire instead of a ghost?
Yeah.
I was gonna make. Damn it! I forgot that. Okay. Damn it.
Redacted. Rewrite. Quick.
Ghost of a vampire.
They're totally. Oh, okay. We'll say that. Because I was gonna have him a ghost, then I changed him to a vampire because I thought that'd be easier. Dang it! Now. Wow, I forgot that. Anyway.
I'm like, wait, he was a ghost? No, he wasn't.
Wow. Why don't we take our first break when I've like fixed my brain for this one? It's 8 o'clock anyway.
Okay.
Wow. Okay. All right, everyone. Like, we'll take a quick break. Get a drink, which I definitely will be doing. Go to the bathroom, and get yourself situated. We'll be back in a couple of minutes to continue our adventures, where they're on the ship of the dead. So, hope everybody will be joining us back. We'll be back in a couple of minutes. Bye, folks.